Good morning, everybody. Good day, good evening, wherever you are. I'm out here in my greenhouse. I just want to kind of give you an update on what I'm doing here. As you know, my spring and summer garden crashed and burned. I had all kinds of difficulties. A lot of it was my own fault. What I had done is, I have to go. If I want to go to Home Depot or someplace like that, I have to go like 200 miles to Reno. And here in town, at a Big R here, I found some dirt that was, it was the cheapest dirt I think I've ever seen, because I do everything in pots. I can't plant anything in the ground because of all the critters. And if I put anything in the ground, it's just a smorgasbord for gophers and squirrels. And we've got these little bugs called, what are they called? The children of the earth. And they like to munch on roots and stuff too. So, it's just, I can't put anything in the ground. Except I do have some luck with corn. And I can use raised beds, but I have to put a metal mesh in the bottom before I put the dirt in the raised beds, just keep things from coming up through. But as you can see behind me here, my tomatoes are doing pretty good. So they're producing like crazy. But I put Miracle-Gro dirt in those pots with my chicken poop soup that I made, and it's worked out really well for the tomatoes. They had a little bit of a problem in the beginning. They had some kind of a fungal thing going on, but got that under control, and they started producing tomatoes, and they're coming out my ears actually. Beefsteak tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. So I'm very pleased with my tomatoes. But and my strawberries that I planted from Just Root that I had bought, they did very well, but they were planted in the Miracle-Gro potting soil. I have a few onions that have survived. I did get some bell peppers, and the plants aren't looking good now. They're going to have to be taken out. But my spinach, lettuce, everything else I planted, and I had a greenhouse full of stuff. I bought this dirt that was just super cheap in the little town I live close to. Well, nothing would grow. The seeds would disappear before they even germinated. And I planted several times. And come to find out, after doing some research and talking to some professional gardeners, the soil that I bought was not sterilized, hence why it was so cheap. It was just really, really cheap, and I thought, wow, but I just assumed that everybody sterilized the potting soil. They don't. So be careful what you buy, and if you find something that's incredibly cheap, there's probably a good reason for it. So you get what you pay for. So I'm going to have to go back to the Miracle-Gro, but at this late in the season, and being that it's not convenient for me to go buy soil, and it's expensive. So what I'm going to do, what I was advised to do by several people, professional growers that are very successful, they said I could treat the soil that I have, and they said that they're absolutely certain that it will kill the spores, the fungus, the bacteria, and any bug larva that's in the dirt. I had actually seen bugs that I've never seen before out here in the West, and it was just baffling to me what was going on. And now I know that stuff was in the dirt. So now I'm having to take all my dirt that I have, the contaminated dirt, treat the dirt, and what they told me to do is take hydrogen peroxide 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 9 parts water, and soak the dirt with it and let it sit for a day or two, and take the dirt out of the pots, of course, which is going to be a major problem, not a problem, but a lot of work that I don't need. So I'm going to take all the dirt out of the pots, treat the dirt, let it all dry out, and then I'm going to put in some steer manure for fertilizer, sterilized manure, and clean the bins, you know, my wooden table bins, clean those good with bleach and soapy water. And I have to wash the pots with bleach and soapy water. And then put the dirt back in and start all over again, and hope it works this time. Which I'm sure it is, because I've heard from more than one source that will do the trick. So basically starting over again, but that's okay, because I'm going to go, I'm going to put in my winter garden and start that now, since it's already mid-August. So that's the update on my garden where I am. The outside garden, oh gosh, you can hear my chickens yelling. They must be laying eggs, because it is early. But the outside garden, when I get that done, I'll show it to you. I'm just too tired today to fool with it. But I'm going to clean those out, because I planted corn. First year, my corn did not do well. Didn't do well at all. I should have had tons of corn. So I'm going to clean that all out. I'm going to put, winterize it and just leave it for next year, because I can't really plant anything else. My raised beds outside, there again, I put the bad dirt in 3 of my raised beds, my big raised beds. Nothing would grow in it, and it was a total disaster. So those I'm going to, I was told that I could treat those with the hydrogen peroxide and water, or take black plastic, which I think I'm going to do, and winterize them anyway, and cover them. So, and then with this heat in the desert, it will basically bake the soil and kill the spores and the bacteria and whatever in there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you that when I get it all done, but that's going to be a job. And I don't look very pretty when I'm working. So, because I get really dirty and filthy, and I just don't want to be on camera doing that. So I'll show you that when I'm done. And I got a lot of cleanup to do, and I've got 6 acres of property that I need to, oh, I hear raindrops. Oh, we're gonna get rain after all. I wished for rain. It's overcast really bad today. So maybe I got what I wished for. We could use a little bit of rain out here. So that's what the plan is. I'll show you when I'm done, but basically I'm tearing apart the greenhouse and cleaning it, and hopefully getting rid of all the buggly wugglies and the bacteria and all that kind of crap, and start my winter garden. So but the tomatoes back there, if you can see them, they're beautiful. They're just going to town back there. I've got tomatoes, cherry tomatoes in the freezer, and I'm, as soon as some more of the beef tomatoes get ready, I'm dicing those for diced tomatoes. I'm going to can them, and you know, so that's great. I got plenty of tomatoes, but there again, it was planted in the Miracle Grow in the pots, and not that cheap crappy dirt. So lesson learned. But you know what, I'm determined I'm going to get something out of my garden. So I have got some already, but very little. I did get 10 pounds of potatoes. That was a good thing. I showed that on my earlier video. But we're going to clean this up, and we're going to put the dirt back in, fertilize it, and we're going to start all over again with the winter garden. So hopefully this will be more successful, so keep your fingers crossed. And we'll talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a good morning. And it's muggy. It's not it's not that dry heat today. It's overcast and it's muggy, and the valley that I live in is all a lot of smoke in the air because we're getting some smoke blown in here from some of the forest fires somewhere, but it always seems to funnel, the smoke seems to funnel right into our valley here. But so you guys have a good day. Just wanted to give you an update on what's going on. Don't count me out yet, because I'm determined and I don't give up easily. And like my granddaughter says, I can't is not in our vocabulary. So I will get something. I did get a few things, and I've showed you my harvest. My herb garden that I have on a big fold-out table in my kitchen always does well. It's like that window is like a perfect greenhouse window. I have a big window in the kitchen. So they're doing great. I was dehydrating some potatoes to put in jars for storage the other day, and well, of course my dehydrator is 10 years old, but the motor burned out. So this has not been a good week, but it's okay. You know, we'll overcome, and we'll get this replanted. I'll get the outside all winterized, and I'll show you all my progress when I'm done. And I got tons to do on this property. I mean, you guys wouldn't even believe it, and I'm doing it all by myself. So, and I have some trees to trim too. I mean, it's just too much. So we'll talk to you guys later. You have a good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. And I'm watching all your videos. You guys, your gardens are just fantastic. So I'll get there with you. I just made a big mistake with the dirt, but lesson learned. No failed, just a learned lesson. So you guys take it easy, and I'll keep you in touch with what's going on. So talk to you later. Bye-bye.